Hello everybody, welcome to Billy's TV. So today I will explain you about the inputs and the outputs. Well, if you look anywhere online and if you search like basic electronics pages, they will explain you a general rule of thumb that always the left side is for the input and right side is for the output. And this is where a lot of people get confused. In the beginning I was also used to get confused with this, because when we studied electronics we studied very basic electronics. But now when we look at these electronics schematics on iPhones, first thing we need to understand that these are big diagrams, so they cannot sort out all the inputs on the left side and all the outputs on the right hand side. So what do? They give us a very clear hint that we can easily understand which is an input and which is an output. So let's look at this schematic diagram which is right in front of you here. So that says U1700. We know that this is a TriStar in an iPhone 6. So if we need to see which one is input and which one is output, obviously we will definitely go to the left hand side for all the inputs and the right hand sides for all the outputs. But this is not the case here. So if I need to see which one is input in all these signals or in all these connections, so now if you look here carefully, let me just zoom it a bit. So let's look at this brick ID. Now this is on the left hand side. It says TriStar 2PMU USB brick ID. Now TriStar, we know that it's our charging IC in iPhone 6. 2PMU, which is power management unit power IC. So this is an output, even though it is explained on the left hand side, but they have also told us it's TriStar 2PMU, means it is a signal or a connection going from TriStar to PMU. So one thing understand, it's an output of the TriStar to the power management IC. And now if we go down and we see here, now look at this connection. So AP, which we already know from the first video that it is an application processor, to TriStar ACC accessory UART6 TXD connection. So that's a signal, TXD signal from application processor to TriStar. So that is an input. That's an input signal from application processor to TriStar. And then here again on the left hand side, TriStar to application processor accessory UART6 RXT. So this is how in iPhone, these modern days schematics, this is how Apple explains the inputs and the outputs. So do not get confused that always go for the left hand side to look for the inputs and always on the right hand side for the outputs. This is not the case any longer with these modern day schematics. So let's again conclude this. If we need to see what are these signals here, that says where it is, yeah, TriStar 2PMU. So we need to see it's TriStar 2PMU. So that means it's an output from TriStar to PMU. And now application processor to TriStar. So that is an application processor signal coming to the TriStar. That's an input here. And then TriStar to application processor debug UART. So that's a from TriStar to application processor. So that is how inputs and outputs are explained. And it is again a very short video, because I just like to focus on the content and deliver the message straight away. And this is it, guys. If you like my video and my efforts, please do subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much. Bye bye.